Welcome to JIkoni Magic. Today we're making baked chicken drumsticks that are coated in a very sticky, sweet, sour sauce that you're going to learn about as the video goes on. Remember, you can get the full list of the ingredients, the recipe, including more tips from my website JIkonimagic.com. I've provided the link in the description box below. Ingredients are Royco, cornstarch, curry powder, rosemary, red chili powder, and freshly cracked black pepper. This is unsalted butter, and 7 drumsticks that are of approximately the same size and weight. I brined them for 3 hours in salt and sugar that I had dissolved in water, just so that the meat would be seasoned right to the bone. And so I started by mixing all the dry ingredients together. Once they were mixed together, I added the chicken drumsticks, covered the container, shook them around, made sure that they were lightly coated with all these dry ingredients. And as you can see, it's a very light coating. Next, I placed my drumsticks on a wire rack and put them in the refrigerator for 2 hours so that the dry spices and the cornstarch would stick on the drumsticks, sort of like dry up. Meanwhile, I'd already melted my butter in my preheated oven. After I finished arranging my drumsticks on the butter, I put them in my preheated oven to bake at 220 degrees, which is approximately 425 degrees Fahrenheit, for 50 minutes. I first left them in the oven to bake for 25 minutes before I pulled them out and turned them over, and I'm going to show you this process later on in the video. So meanwhile, as the drumsticks were baking, I made my sauce. The ingredients were brown sugar, dark soy sauce, apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, you can use balsamic vinegar or lemon juice, some bit of water, tomato sauce. If you don't like tomato sauce, you can use ketchup, and chili sauce. And so now I cooked my sauce on medium heat for about 10 minutes until all the sugar had dissolved and the sauce started becoming a bit sticky because of the brown sugar that was melting. At that point, I switched off the heat and my sauce was ready to be applied on my drumsticks that had been baking. So here are my drumsticks after 25 minutes. So what I did at this point is I turned them over, put them back in the oven to bake for a further 10 minutes before I took them out to apply the sauce. And so after the 10 minutes had elapsed, I took out my drumsticks and applied my sauce. I applied on both sides, the top and the bottom. The first round, returned my drumsticks to the oven, baked at 220 degrees again for 5 minutes, took them out, applied the sauce the second round, baked for 5 minutes at 220 degrees centigrade, and again applied the sauce a third time. I really wanted my drumsticks to be sticky and very well coated. And so these are the results. Now viewers, I sincerely apologize for the bad picture quality. I did not realize that I needed more lighting when I was shooting this particular clip, but I hope that you get an idea of how the drumsticks were meant to turn out. As you can see, the sauce cooked. Some of it dripped to the bottom of the tray, mixed with the butter, and it became super sticky. And it's the one that I'm applying now on my drumsticks after I served them. You can see how sticky the sauce that I was scraping from the bottom of the tray looked like. Really sticky, and it was so full of flavor. There's no way I was going to just let it go to waste. And finally, here is a picture of the drumsticks that I took a bit later in a room that was lit much better than the previous room that I was taking the video. And I hope that now you can clearly see how well these drumsticks turned out. Give this recipe a try, and thank you so much for watching this video up till the end. Remember to like it, share, subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so. Until next time when we meet again on JIkoni Magic, goodbye.